welcome to the Ekko Now podcast, where we discuss trending topics ranging from social issues to healthcare to mental well-being, you name it. And today we're going to be talking about fashion in the Nigerian space. And with us here is a beautiful model and a runway model. Like you used to hear that. So her name is Osa. Osa, please can you tell us more about yourself?
Okay, hi guys. Osa Blessing, my name, a native of Ogoja local government area. I'm a student of Federal University of Calabar, Unical, and I'm from the Department of Public Health, a 300 level student, and I'm a fashion runway model, precisely. Thank you.
All right. So, Osa, it's really nice to have you here. Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you.
All right. So, let's talk about let's start from personal style. Like, what is one fashion item that, whether it rains or sun shines, you cannot live without? What's that one fashion item that you can't live without?
For me personally, I cannot do without my clothes, my
Hmm.
outfits.
Valid. That's actually valid.
I can't do without my clothes.
Oh
So I
wow.
think that's one fashion thing I can't do
I
without.
can imagine your wardrobe is like,
Mm.
hmm. The wardrobe is wardrobing.
Yeah, it's giving.
All right. So, can you take us back to the moment where you first knew that you wanted to be a model? Like, what was the thought process behind it?
Okay, growing up, I think I had this zeal of crazy fashion styles. Well, I started up with some stitches of clothes. Then I now had how will I put it, an idea of creating my own wares, like redoing clothes to wear. So before I got into the modeling aspect and all that,
Wow. Like right from when you were young, you always wanted
yeah.
to. That's very 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 impressive. Very impressive. And what would you say, like so far being a model? What would you say have been some of the biggest challenges that Nigerians face in the modeling industry?
Well, first of all, our biggest challenges. Let me speak here down in Cross River. Models are, how will I put it? Models, when it comes to the paying aspects, it's very poor.
Hmm.
They don't patronize models down here. It's very hard for you to see a brand that patronizes models here,
For
especially
real.
pageantry. When it comes to pageantry,
Hmm. Because actually, and meanwhile, brands actually need models. Oh.
normally
They like
they can't do without us, and
exactly
yet they cannot show models the love they
that they
want, like
deserve
Jesus
because we
Christ.
all know how much we spend when it comes to advertisements and all this other stuff. So why not pay those that are actually behind, that are faces in front of the camera for your brand? Why not pay them well?
Like
It's
that's
just
that's one
sad.
of the things we are
They're
going through
facing
here. Yeah.
child. It's just sad actually. So talking about this now, we know that runway models, we only see them on camera and while they're working, but we don't see behind the scenes. We don't know what's going on. So what about this runway modeling would you say that people don't see, but it's actually like very it's a big part of it?
Well, would I say there's nothing much to say about runway models, but when it comes to pageantry, yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot. Like to
Tell
those
us
who win the
about it.
crowns. Well, I won't say it's all pageantries though,
Yeah,
but mostly, let's say 75% of pageantries
pageantry.
brand yeah in Cross River are, I won't want to use the word corrupt, but
Hmm.
things they do are not given. Well, there's this saying that use what you have to get what
Get
you
what you
want.
want.
Yeah, I
Okay.
won't say much.
But we understand. You don't need to say much right here. All right. So, how would you now say that? Okay, um, social media. How has social media helped build models' careers?
Well, for models, I think social media it's like a to be something. It's one of the very important thing
The model.
model needs because
Okay.
without social media we cannot advertise what we do.
Yeah, you have to sell yourself.
Without social media we cannot create awareness, we cannot sell our products and lots more.
Yeah. So you actually believe that social media is like one of the
Yeah,
must-haves
one of the
of
important.
every model. All right. So modeling is a career, but we also know that modeling and fashion is also a business.
Mm.
So, what advice would you give to aspiring, like Nigerians, young Nigerians that are also aspiring to be models and to have their own fashion brands?
Well, first of all, they said before you become a boss, you must work under somebody.
You're
And
supposed to be an apprentice.
I believe whatever you want someone to do to you do it to someone. So, first of all, as a model, you must have respect for both your director, your instructor, your fellow models, your cameraman, and the rest of the crew. Then, secondly, your health. You must be mentally stable to face the crowd because the spotlight is not just something you just sit and oh no,
Right.
you have to be stable up there to face. And again, you must be healthy as a model. Please, they do say models don't eat, but I believe we know that
When it comes
we
down to
eat
it,
we eat a lot.
mm,
Like to my experience with my fellow crew members, we eat a lot, and that's because we need to stay healthy. It's not
yeah.
easy to walk on heels. It's
Right. So
not.
you will not collapse, you're not going to fall down on this.
That's just it.
It's very important. It's very, very important. These are actually some of the things that we don't see, that we don't know models go through, but we just assume, we just say, okay, models, you have to be skin thin,
No, no,
you
no,
have
no.
to, you
We
have to
have
be
chubby
this,
models also. Yeah.
right?
Because depending on your size, when it comes to runway, depending on your body size, you model a dress. If a designer wants a size 8 model, if he wants a
Yeah.
thick model, he wants a slim like from size 6 and like
Like
that in
me,
here.
Abby.
So modeling is not just all about being slim.
Right. And I think many people actually need to know, like, we need to unlearn, unlearn us viewing models as just
Slim
slim
girls and
people. Because
yeah, yeah,
do you
yeah.
know how many times I've heard people ask me, "Are you a model?" And I'm like, "Is it because I'm thin?" I don't understand. Like, what? We'll be fine. All right. So, if you could change one thing about the Nigerian fashion industry, what's it going to be?
Well, I think here in Cross River State, the way models are treated, I think if I should start up a brand, I will want to change that very fact. You know, models are not, I think we are supposed to be adored because, first of
Yeah,
all,
because they need
we
you.
are the human mannequin. We are
Yes.
the one facing the spotlights. We are doing all the doables there. So, first of all, models, we are supposed to be worshipped
Right.
at the spotlight. So, I think that's one of the things I would love to change. We need that respect, like that respect as models.
Because low key, we could say that while you're on the stage, you're actually acting.
Yeah.
And when you want to be an actor, you won't pay the actor small money. So
Mm-mm.
why are you now paying models
Like,
small money? Because at
there's
the end
some
of the
brands that don't
day,
even pay.
wow.
There's some brands that don't even pay. That's why right now, what we do now, before we work with any brand, is a contract that has to be signed. So if I do my parts very well and I don't get the pay, I can sue you. If as a model you don't do your part very well and you want to be paid, there's a price to pay for it because you signed the contract for that very job and yes, you must go for it.
That's actually a very good development on
Yeah.
the part, because it's important. It's very important. Models have rights too. They have, like, they need recognition. They need the validation. They need to be appreciated,
Yeah.
just like every other career field. So, all right, if you could model for any designer, whether in Nigeria or abroad, who
Mm.
would it be?
Well, Hmm. First of all, I think I've always wanted to model for Louis Vuitton, Gucci,
Wow.
and is it Dura? How they call it?
Deal.
Dior, yeah, yeah, yeah.
To
And
happen.
which other one again? There are more, but Jesus, if any of them could sign me to work for them, wow, that's a whole lot. It's a whole lot for me. And yeah, I'm working towards
Don't
that
worry,
because
to happen. You just keep dreaming and keep pushing
yes,
towards it.
my hopes are still high.
It will definitely happen.
Yeah.
So do you actually have any model like that you look up to that you want to like aspire to be like that? Someone that you're envisioning yourself to be
Okay, I
be
think there's
like.
this very guy I've worked with, my one time manager, one time friend, Obegu Unusual. He's
Hmm.
actually the CEO of Carnival, um, is it Carnival Runway, something like that, yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So I want to be like Obego.
Okay. So this is our last question,
Okay.
and it's going to be kind of quirky. So, have you ever had a wardrobe malfunction, especially let's say when you're on the runway, then one piece of item just maybe tear or one thing happen? So, have you ever had an experience? I think there's this girl, Anoki. There was one time that she had she's also a runway model. So there was one time she had a there was a mishap that was about to happen. Then she started running. I don't know if you saw it. She now started running. Like it now made she was wearing a wedding dress. Like
Okay.
she was dressed in a wedding. Like I think that brand is a wedding. So she was wearing a wedding dress, and she noticed something was about to happen in. I don't know whether the dress or the shoe. I think it was the shoe. Then when she noticed that, she now started running. So
Yeah,
it now seemed
I
like
understand.
it's like she was a runaway, like that's how she was supposed to act, like a runaway bride.
Yeah.
And if you see the look on her face and everything, she actually acted the part as if runaway bride.
Yeah, I think
So,
I've gotten that experience though with my heels.
ooh,
And Jesus Christ. When I do walk, I have this level of speed when it comes to my walking step. And
okay,
when I start having that shoe issue, I had to reduce my steps. Like I had to slow down. So I would not either fall
or
or
sprain
have a
your
broken heel,
ankle,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think that's the only thing I have gotten on the wrong way.
All right. So it was so nice listening to you. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
Thank
And
you.
thank you so much, our lovely audience, for watching till this point. And one thing, if you have not gotten anything, I like you must have gotten the fact that a runway model's job is actually not easy. A model's job, modeling is not easy, and they
It's
need
not at
to
all.
be appreciated. In fact, the fashion industry needs them, brands need them. So let us always appreciate our models. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.
Thank you.